Good evening. One of the things I see a lot on Facebook is a lot of images of goddesses. And we see a lot of people, they love to focus on goddess worship. And so, what is goddess worship? And thanks to my trusty book here, I want to read you their definition of goddess worship. Goddess worship, veneration of a female deity. It is a tradition known to have existed since prehistoric times and continues today. It has frequently been connected with the worshippers' desire for their own fertility, as well as that their crops and livestock. The ancient Greeks, Romans, and Egyptians worshipped several female deities, including goddesses symbolizing fertility, wisdom, and hunting, and the safety of the nation and its people. In many tribal religions and cultures, goddess worship forms a part within an overall cosmology which often depicts the earth as the mother goddess and the sky as the father god. Both Hinduism and Buddhism have long traditions of goddess worship. In Hinduism, every detailed deity is accompanied by a female counterpart or goddess, such as Parvati and Shiva, Lakshmi and Vishnu, Siddharama and Radha Krishna. Many temples are dedicated first to the goddess, who represents the merciful, loving side of the deity. In Buddhism, Tara or Guanyin are both often seen as goddesses of compassion. Such deities are usually considered officially as secondary deities, though popular devotion seems to accord them a higher significance. In recent years, considerable attention has been paid to earlier forms of goddess worship. Some scholars claim that prior to the rise of the main faiths, all worship was of the goddess. Others see a time when both the male and the female were venerated equally. All such scholars argue that the rise of um, patriarchy in religion has made the worship of goddesses either frightening to the men in control or has led to a debased form of goddess worship, as for instance the cult of the Virgin Mary. There has been a rise in worship of the goddess in recent years, and the notions of the goddess are being raised in Christianity as a counterbalance to the patriarchy in traditional Christian theology and terminology. We know that in the recent years that they are referring to in this definition is about the rise of Wicca and the pagan beliefs. I personally believe that there was a time where the gods and goddesses were treated equally. That was the bad thing about the rise of the Abrahamic religions. They went through and they said, nope, it's a god. It's a male figure. And so they kept on forcing the goddesses to be pushed aside and all that. Well, you can have a female saint like Saint Bridget, but you couldn't have a female goddess. And that's one of the things I always hated about Christianity. It was so one-sided. It was very sexist. It was a very out of balance system, and I couldn't take it. And that's actually one of the reasons I left Christianity. But the important thing that we also got to take here is that, they talked here about the earth being the mother goddess and the sky being the father god. There was a balance. Um, if you want to honor a goddess, that is wonderful. That is your choice. But always try to have a balance and have a God figure as well. It is hard because a lot of us have the scars of Christianity where when we think God, we have these fears of the Christian God. We got to get over this. We need to realize that, God's, meaning both male and female, can be wonderful things in our lives. and we should work with both with equal reverence. Okay? Something to think about. So everybody take care. Be at peace.